Gentlemen, let me ask you something direct. Have you been told that honey is just a natural sweetener, maybe good for your throat or your tea, but nothing more? I'm here to tell you that when you combine raw honey with one specific ingredient before bed, you may experience something you thought was gone forever. Firm, reliable erections. Sometimes as soon as the very next morning. Now, I know that sounds bold, but I've seen it happen in my clinic with men in their 60s, 70s, and even their 80s. Men who had given up hope. Men whose wives had stopped expecting intimacy. Men who couldn't remember the last time they woke up with morning wood. And suddenly, within days, everything changed. Not because of some pharmaceutical miracle, but because they tapped into something their bodies were desperately craving. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to mix with honey, how much to use, when to take it, and why this combination works, even if medications like Viagra have failed you or caused side effects you couldn't tolerate. You'll also learn the 3 common mistakes men make that sabotage their results, and I'll share the stories of real patients who transformed their intimate lives using this exact protocol. Now, I want you to have value right away, not at the end. So let me reveal what you mix with honey. It's ginger. Fresh ginger root. When you combine raw honey with fresh ginger and consume it about 30 to 60 minutes before bed, something remarkable happens inside your body. The honey provides quick-release natural sugars that your body converts into nitric oxide, the molecule responsible for dilating blood vessels and allowing blood to flow freely into your penis. Meanwhile, ginger contains compounds called gingerols and shogalls that act as natural vasodilators, meaning they relax and widen your blood vessels even further. But here's the part most men don't know. Ginger also reduces inflammation throughout your cardiovascular system, and inflammation is one of the hidden killers of erectile function in men over 60. When your blood vessels are inflamed, they can't expand properly, and blood flow to your penis becomes restricted. That's why you might struggle to get hard or lose your erection halfway through. The combination of honey and ginger attacks this problem from 2 angles simultaneously. The honey fuels nitric oxide production, and the ginger clears the pathway by reducing inflammation and opening up your blood vessels. Together, they create an environment where blood can rush into your erectile tissue the way it did when you were younger. Before I continue, let me quickly explain why you should listen to me. My name is Dr. Emily Carter. I've spent over 25 years specializing in men's health, particularly sexual function and urological issues in older men. I may not be a man myself, but I've listened to thousands of men in their 60s, 70s, and beyond tell me about their frustrations, their embarrassment, their fear that this part of their life was over. I've reviewed their medical histories, analyzed their blood work, and worked with them to find solutions that actually work without harsh side effects or dependency on medications. What I'm sharing with you today isn't theory. It's backed by clinical research and real-world results I've witnessed in my own practice. I've seen men who couldn't achieve an erection for years suddenly wake up with firmness they hadn't felt in a decade. I've watched relationships transform. I've heard the relief in their voices when they realize they're still capable of being intimate, passionate men. That's why I create these videos. Because too many men suffer in silence, thinking there's no hope, when simple, natural solutions like this exist. Now, you may be wondering why at night. Why not take this in the morning or during the day? That's a great question, and here's the truth. Your body's natural testosterone production peaks during deep sleep, specifically during REM cycles. Nas sourasand. When you provide your body with the raw materials it needs right before bed, you're essentially giving it the fuel to maximize that natural testosterone surge. Honey contains boron, a trace mineral that has been shown to increase free testosterone levels and reduce estrogen. Yes, as men age, estrogen levels rise, and that contributes to erectile dysfunction, low libido, and even prostate enlargement. Ginger, on the other hand, has been shown in studies to boost testosterone production by improving testicular function and reducing oxidative stress. So, when you take this combination at night, you're not just improving blood flow. You're also supporting your body's natural hormone production during the most critical window. By morning, many men experience what we call spontaneous erections, or morning wood, which is actually a sign of healthy erectile function and good cardiovascular health. If you haven't had morning wood in years, this protocol might bring it back. Before we go further, if you're finding this information helpful, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button right now and turn on the notification bell. I release videos like this regularly with science-backed strategies specifically designed for men over 60 who want to reclaim their vitality, their confidence, and their intimate lives. And make sure you comment below and let me know where you're watching from. I love hearing from viewers all around the world. Now, let's continue. Let me share a story. A gentleman I'll call William came to me at 68. He told me he hadn't been able to perform in the bedroom for nearly 4 years. His wife had stopped initiating intimacy because she didn't want to put pressure on him, and he felt like he had failed her. He had tried Viagra, but it gave him terrible headaches and made his face flush so red he felt self-conscious. He tried Cialis, but it caused back pain that lasted for days. He was ready to give up completely. His wife was understanding, but he could see the disappointment in her eyes, and it ate at him every single day. So we did something simple. I gave him a protocol. Every night, about an hour before bed, he would take 1 tablespoon of raw, unfiltered honey mixed with half a teaspoon of freshly grated ginger. He would stir it into a small glass of warm water and drink it slowly. Within 2 weeks, William came back to me with tears in his eyes. He said, "Dr. Carter, I woke up 3 mornings in a row with an erection. I thought I was dreaming." Not only were his morning erections back, but he was able to perform in the bedroom without any medication. His wife told him she felt like she had her husband back. That's the kind of turnaround I see regularly when men commit to this protocol. Now, here's where most men get it wrong. They use processed honey from the grocery store, the kind that's been heated and filtered and stripped of all its beneficial enzymes and nutrients. That won't work. You need raw, unfiltered honey. Look for honey that's cloudy, thick, and maybe even crystallized. That's a sign it hasn't been processed. The enzymes in raw honey are what help your body convert those natural sugars into nitric oxide. Without those enzymes, you're just consuming sugar, and that can actually make things worse by spiking your blood sugar and causing inflammation. The second mistake men make is using ground ginger powder instead of fresh ginger root. While ginger powder has some benefits, fresh ginger contains much higher concentrations of gingerols, the active compounds that improve blood flow and reduce inflammation. You want to grate about half a teaspoon of fresh ginger root and mix it directly with the honey. The third mistake is taking it too close to bedtime. If you take it right before you lie down, you might experience mild heartburn or indigestion because ginger stimulates digestive activity. Take it 30 to 60 minutes before bed so your body has time to absorb the nutrients and settle before you sleep. Let me explain the science behind why this works from a urological perspective. The penis contains delicate erectile tissue called the corpus cavernosum, which is essentially a sponge-like structure filled with tiny blood vessels. When you become aroused, your brain sends signals that cause these blood vessels to dilate and fill with blood, creating an erection. But as you age, several things happen that interfere with this process. First, your blood vessels become stiffer and less elastic due to a buildup of plaque and inflammation. Second, your body produces less nitric oxide, the molecule that triggers vasodilation. Third, chronic stress and poor sleep reduce testosterone production, which lowers your libido and makes it harder to achieve and maintain an erection. Honey and ginger address all 3 of these issues. The natural sugars in honey provide the substrate your body needs to produce nitric oxide. The antioxidants in honey reduce oxidative stress and protect your blood vessels from damage. Ginger's anti-inflammatory compounds reduce arterial stiffness and improve circulation throughout your entire body, not just your penis. And the boron in honey combined with the testosterone-boosting effects of ginger work together to restore hormonal balance. It's a multi-targeted approach that works with your body's natural physiology, not against it. Now, I need to warn you about something important. There are 3 common supplements men take at night that can actually sabotage your results. The first is melatonin. Yes, it helps you fall asleep, but it can also suppress testosterone production if taken in high doses regularly. If you're using melatonin every night, you might be undermining your body's natural hormone production. The second is calcium supplements. Calcium taken at night can interfere with the absorption of other minerals like magnesium and zinc, which are critical for testosterone production and erectile function. Save your calcium for the morning. The third is alcohol. I know many men like to have a drink or two in the evening to unwind, but alcohol is a depressant that reduces blood flow, lowers testosterone, and interferes with your body's ability to achieve and maintain an erection. If you're serious about restoring your erectile function, limit alcohol to no more than 1 drink per day and avoid it entirely in the evening. Here's something quotable you'll want to remember. Weak erections are not a sign of old age. They're a sign of poor circulation, hormonal imbalance, and inflammation. Tuesdays, all of which can be improved at any age with the right approach. Your age does not define your vitality. Your choices do. And tonight, with honey and ginger, you have the chance to make a choice that can transform your health, your confidence, and your manhood. Let me share another story. A gentleman I'll call Robert came to me at 72. He was diabetic, had high blood pressure, and hadn't had a successful erection in over 6 years. His doctor told him it was just part of getting older and that he should accept it. But Robert refused to accept it. He said, "Dr. Carter, I'm not ready to give up on this part of my life. There has to be something." So we started him on the honey and ginger protocol. I also had him make a few other changes. He cut out processed foods, started walking 20 minutes a day, and made sure he was getting enough sleep. Within 4 weeks, Robert experienced his first morning erection in years. By week 8, he was able to perform in the bedroom with his wife. He told me, "I feel like I'm 50 again. I didn't think this was possible." His wife later sent me a thank you card saying that their relationship had been rekindled in a way she never expected. That's at 72. If Robert can do it, so can you. Now, let's talk about the right way to put this into practice. I call this the Honey Ginger Reset Protocol. Step 1. Purchase raw, unfiltered honey from a local farmer's market or health food store. Make sure it says raw and unfiltered on the label. Step 2. Buy fresh ginger root from the produce section of your grocery store. You'll need about a 2-inch piece of ginger root per week. Step 3. Every evening, about 60 minutes before bed, grate half a teaspoon of fresh ginger into a small bowl. Add 1 tablespoon of raw honey and mix them together until well combined. Step 4. Stir this mixture into a small glass of warm water, about 4 to 6 ounces. The water should be warm, not hot, because high heat can destroy the beneficial enzymes in the honey. Step 5. Drink it slowly over the course of 5 to 10 minutes. Let it sit in your stomach and begin the absorption process. Step 6. Avoid eating anything else after you consume this mixture. You want your body to focus entirely on absorbing these nutrients. Simple, precise, effective. If you do this consistently, you may notice subtle changes within a week. Some men report feeling more energized in the morning or experiencing better sleep. By weeks 3 to 6, most men start experiencing real physical changes. Morning erections become more frequent. Firmness improves. Libido increases. And the confidence that comes with knowing you're capable again, That's priceless. Now, I know some of you are thinking, can I just get this from food? Can't I just eat honey and ginger during the day? It's a fair question. The truth is, you could, but the timing matters. When you consume honey and ginger before bed, you're taking advantage of your body's natural repair and hormone production cycles during sleep. During the day, your body is focused on digestion, energy production, and activity. At night, it shifts into repair mode. That's when your body rebuilds tissue, produces hormones, and restores systems that have been stressed during the day. By providing these nutrients right before that repair window, you're giving your body exactly what it needs at exactly the right time. It's not just about what you take, it's about when you take it. Let me address another concern some of you may have. What if I'm already on medications for blood pressure or diabetes? Is this safe? Here's the truth. Honey and ginger are natural foods, not drugs. However, ginger does have mild blood-thinning properties, so if you're on blood thinners like warfarin, you should talk to your doctor before starting this protocol. If you're on blood pressure medication, ginger can actually help lower blood pressure naturally, which is a good thing, but you may need to monitor your levels to make sure they don't drop too low. If you're diabetic, raw honey does contain natural sugars, but because it's combined with ginger, which helps regulate blood sugar, and because you're only taking 1 tablespoon, the impact on your blood sugar should be minimal. That said, always monitor your blood sugar levels and consult with your doctor if you have concerns. The key is to be informed and cautious, but not to let fear prevent you from trying something that could genuinely improve your quality of life. Now, here's where it gets even more interesting. Ginger doesn't just improve erectile function, it also supports prostate health. As men age, the prostate gland often enlarges, a condition called benign prostatic hyperplasia, or BPH. This causes frequent urination, especially at night, weak urine stream, and difficulty emptying the bladder completely. Ginger's anti-inflammatory properties help reduce prostate swelling and improve urinary flow. So not only are you improving your erectile function, you're also supporting your prostate and reducing those frustrating nighttime bathroom trips. It's a 2-for-1 benefit that many men don't realize. Let me remind you of William, who was 68 when he came to me. He said, "Dr. Carter, I thought my life as a man was over. I couldn't perform, I couldn't satisfy my wife, and I felt like less than a man." He started the honey and ginger protocol, and within 2 weeks, he wasn't just getting morning erections, he was thriving. He told me, "I feel alive again. My wife and I are closer than we've been in years. I didn't know something this simple could make such a difference." That's at 68. If William can do it, so can you. So, here's my invitation. If this message spoke to you, if you want real science-backed methods that are designed specifically for men over 60, then subscribe right now. Hit that button and turn on notifications because you don't want to miss what's coming next. And I want you to look forward because in my next video, I'm going to reveal 3 so-called heart-healthy foods you've been told are good for you, but may actually be lowering your testosterone and weakening your erections every single day. When you see that list, you'll understand why so many men stay stuck and how avoiding them can unleash your vitality even further. Now, let me make a challenge for you. Try the Honey Ginger Reset Protocol for just 3 weeks. Then come back to this video and comment below. Tell me if you're waking up with morning erections again. Tell me if your firmness has improved. Tell me if you feel more confident and alive. I want to hear your results, and I guarantee other men will be encouraged when they read your story too. And comment below right now, and let me know where you're watching from. I love connecting with men all over the world who are taking charge of their health. Let's recap one more time because repetition helps this stick. Raw honey provides the natural sugars your body needs to produce nitric oxide, which dilates blood vessels and allows blood to flow into your penis. Fresh ginger reduces inflammation, improves circulation, and boosts testosterone production. Together, taken 30 to 60 minutes before bed, they create the perfect environment for restoring erectile function naturally. Avoid processed honey. Use fresh ginger instead of powder, cakes, and take it well before bedtime to avoid indigestion. Avoid melatonin, calcium supplements, and alcohol in the evening because they can sabotage your results. Follow the honey-ginger reset protocol consistently for 3 to 6 weeks, and you may experience the kind of transformation that William and Robert did. And here's something I want you to think about tonight. What if you didn't have to feel embarrassed anymore? What if you could wake up tomorrow morning with the kind of firmness you haven't felt in years? What if you could look your partner in the eyes and feel confident, capable, and alive again? That future isn't far away. For many men, it's just 1 tablespoon of honey and half a teaspoon of ginger away. I know how discouraging it feels to think you've lost this part of yourself. I've heard the embarrassment in men's voices. I've seen the frustration in their eyes, but I've also seen the joy when they realize it's not over, when they rediscover the part of themselves they thought was gone forever. That joy is waiting for you too, if you take the first step. Remember this. Your age does not define your vitality. Your choices do. And tonight, with honey and ginger, you have the chance to make a choice that can transform your health, your confidence, and your manhood. I'm Dr. Emily Carter, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay strong, stay confident, and remember, you deserve to age with vitality, passion, and dignity.